The Icons project for the Imperial War Museum is designed to showcase some of the most important treasures of the museum. Not only the objects they house like planes and tanks, but also the art collection. The museum has invested in large-scale digitization facilities, and Icons is one way of flexibly surfacing that content. We wanted to create a Windows 7 touchscreen application that would allow the museum to aggregate their digitized collections in a way that would allow for reuse across exhibitions and also across their 5 sites. It would also be reskinnable, so colours and fonts can all be changed using config files. We started by building a simple prototype in Sketchflow to give the museum an idea of how the layout and navigation might work. Using Blend 3, this only took us an hour or so, but it allowed the client to rapidly see what we wanted to do. And as it was a Silverlight application, the whole museum team could look at it remotely and give us instant feedback. And part of this project really was to stress test the whole Expression suite and see how it worked with Visual Studio 2010. We then went ahead and built the UI in Expression Design and started the coding in Visual Studio. The application allows you to filter the content via icons or art, and also allows you to browse the whole collection. Underneath there's a SQL Server database which contains a pretty complex set of relationships for each item. The application is written in WPF and the database sits on a museum server, so we can update it with new content at any point. Choosing an item from a carousel takes you through to a content screen. Each item belongs in a node, in this case radio location, and has content related to it. In this case it's a recruiting poster. Going back to the home screen, we can jump over to the icon selection and take a look at an original Spitfire in the museum collection. Use of flow text allows us to resize the text. Some of the related content are original World War II videos. The video was encoded in Expression Encoder in VC1 format, and in Encoder we also added subtitles for visitors with hearing difficulties.
Fighter pilot. The words conveys something of the spirit that lies in our squadrons. Something young and vigorous, decisive, wanting action at once and finding its expression in the struggle going on daily over our southeastern shores. In many newsreels, you have seen pictures of fighter aerodromes, thick.
Jumping back to the art selection, we've dropped in some pretty high resolution images here. Let's look at Paul Nash's view of the Battle of Britain. Visitors can expand these to full screen and then use multitouch to explore the artworks more closely. And this gives a really nice fluid user experience on the Hewlett-Packard Touch Smarts running Windows 7 that the museum have installed in the galleries.